This is one part of my interview with Charlotte De Sousa from Champagne De Sousa, which I did in June 2018. Enjoy!
So we make the tasting of the De Sousa. So we focus on Chardonnay because we are located in Navis, in the Côte des Blancs, so it's our specialty. And the Chardonnay grow on chalky soil. So chalky is what you can see behind. It's the white stone, very quite hard and easy to break, but really interesting. And chalk, they do like sponge, so they can keep the water and give the water to vineyards. So it's really a good soil and easy to grow the vine on it. So we pour the 3 champagne because they just take from the fridge at 8 degrees, and this is quite important. For me, the best temperature to try is at 8 to 10 degrees. When it's down, 4 or 6 is a little bit too cold, and the wine you don't smell all the flavor. They must breathe and express. It's like us. If when you're cold, you are like that and you are not open. So flavor are the same. So I will pour the 3. They will breathe in the glass, getting warmer, and the flavor we have time to be open. So I pour and I will explain you what we will taste today. So they are all Chardonnay. So we say Blanc de Blanc because Blanc de Blanc, they are white wine coming from white grapes. And Blanc de Noir, they are in fact red grapes making white champagne. So the pressure is still there. So 3 different Chardonnay making a 3 different style. So pour for me. Now they are all different names too. That is very special. Alors, the first Brut Réserve. Alors, if you know Réserve, we talk a lot about vin de réserve in Champagne because they are non-vintage. When it's non-vintage, it means that the wine are blend with different year. So you have always a base year that is mostly 80% of the bottle, and 15 to 20% they are vin de réserve, the wine from the year before or 2 years before that we blend to have always a constant taste and no vintage effect. So Brut Réserve was really easy to remember because he had vin de réserve inside. So Blanc de Blanc, 100% Chardonnay, come from the vineyard of Côte des Blancs. So it's a blend of 4 villages. They are called, you have Cramant, Avis where we are, Augienne-le-Mesnil. So really the line of the Côte des Blancs. Really focus on minerality and freshness. So it's the first we could try. When you have Chardonnay like that from Côte des Blancs, they are really fresh. The nose is very fresh and you feel the seaside and the minerality. We can see that the color is very clear, quite gold, with some gold reflect, yellow and gold reflect. So it's fresh nose and like not too heavy, easy to drink. And in the mouth with this kind of Chardonnay, it's really some lime, exotic fruit, and at the end of the mouth, it's with the reserve vin de réserve, it's more brioche, yeast flavor, more round flavor, but still light. And the sugar level is 7, so it's not too heavy, it's not strong. It's a brut champagne, but it's balanced, so it's what is really important in the tasting. So we can enjoy the wine.
Santé.
So, santé, yeah.
Oh, that's lovely. Super fresh.
Yeah. So 8 degrees is enough because it's fresh but not too cold, and you have enough time to warm, and after in the mouth they warm up very quickly, so it's good to find the flavor. Alors champagne, that is quite important too. We say it's a wine. We say wine of Champagne, so that's why we use this kind of glass. They are quite big, kind of burgundy style. The Flute is very famous, but it's not the best glass to try champagne, so I really advise this kind of shape or burgundy style because it's a wine, so you can look the color, move the wine to have all the flavor coming in the glass, and after you can smell, and drink. So first we make a wine, like a still wine, and we make the champagnisation, the second step, and that's why the champagne appear. But that's why I say, yeah, wine of champagne, really a kind of wine. Or we can come back after.
Yeah, I'll leave a little bit left for that one so I can compare. So
After the second one, Cuvée Mycorrhize, it's quite complex because there is a lot of story behind the bottles. Now we go up in the range, and this wine is made in oak barrels, so it's more complex and it's more wine to drink with food, more gastronomic style. Alors, if you can see the labels, there is a horse with the roots, and for this bottle it's a parcellar selection. And in fact we use the horse on 2 hectares of our oldest vineyard to plow the soil by horse. So in fact the horse is less heavy than the machine, so the compaction of the soil is different, and the horse, he walk with the feet, so it didn't make compaction as the row of the machine. So that changed for the roots. And mycorrhize, if you look the label, myco is a fungus and rhiz is roots. So mycorrhize, they are fungus living on the roots of the vineyard, and they're living on symbiotic association, and they are really important because it's those mycorrhizes that help the roots to catch the minerality, the oligoelement, the water and mineral salt, all the food of the roots. So it's really important, and in fact we always take care of what happened upper because it's the grapes and the leaf, but what's happened downstairs is really important too, because the roots, they give all the nutriment to the vineyards. So mycorrhize, it's a parcellar selection from Avis. It's a 3 plots, so it's a different way, more focus on the terroir. Harvest 14 and only 4 grams of sugar, so extra brut.
oh wow.
And it's made in oak barrels.
Oak, yeah, getting that really
I
strongly.
No. So we can smell it directly from the nose. Stronger nose, more round, and the oak barrels, they give more like hazelnuts, brioche, and tasty flavor.
That is divine.
Yeah.
I love that.
Oui, vas-y.
C'est en rouge.
And the dosage as well. It's just
4 grams.
perfect.
Yeah. It's not too strong. It's enough. If I put 0, it will be too straight and too acidic. So 4 is not so much, but it's enough to help the wine to be more round.
And we were talking earlier about your wines being...
Après,
That's okay. That's all right. Doesn't matter.
No, I want to took the wine.
I took the bottle.
for-
That's okay.
Bah, ou après, non
Bah, c'est parce qu'ils veulent boire un coup, les clients.
Bah, de ceux-là.
Bah, ouais, ou je vous ouvre une bouteille.
Bah oui, comme ça on les garde pour le... You can stay on
Okay.
the things. Yeah.
We were talking earlier too, in a different, when I didn't do a video about your wines being natural and organic. Did you want to just briefly talk a little bit about that on the video?
Alors, I can show the back label that we always have. We are certified organic and biodynamics. So it's not like natural wine, because natural wine is more means there is nothing at all inside. Organic is really follow the rules of the organic cahier des charges, we say in French. So there is no chemical product on the vineyards. They are just, as we said, the sulfur and copper that help us to fight against the disease. So those 2 things, they dry the mushroom. And Demeter, biodynamics, we must using plants and stones and insects to help the vineyard to fight against disease and things. So there is some SO2 in the wine to protect them. So they are not natural wine, because natural wine means no sulfur. We add some because we think we need to protect a little bit the wine when we export to Australia, for example. There is a ship 1 month. So if the wine are not protected, you have a risk of oxidation. And it's quite a pity if you buy a bottle, a certain price, and you drink and the wine is not good because of oxidation. You are quite disappointed.
Very disappointing,
So we prefer to put just a little to protect the wine, and it's enough to have a good taste at the end. So we really take care of all the process, all the vineyards. We make the more natural as possible, but we add some sulfur, of course, to protect the wine.
Yeah.
But as we can smell, the wine are nice, and there's not too much. The last one to finish and go up more in the range. Our Caudalie, it's also a very specific name. It means, in fact, Caudalie is the unity of measure of the aftertaste in the wine. Okay. So when you say this wine has a long aftertaste, what is long? In fact, you must express in time, and this time, so 15 seconds, 30 seconds, and the official word must be Caudalie. So 1 second is like 1 Caudalie, and you must talk about that when you talk about the aftertaste in mouth. So for example, the Caudalie has maybe 40 second long aftertaste, so it's a 40 Caudalie wine. That's why we choose this name. And our Caudalie, it's also Chardonnay, made in oak barrels from old vineyards, more than 50 years old. But the particularity of this wine is 50% it's a base wine and 50% is reserve wine, and we blend many years all together, and is what we called a perpetual reserved Solera system blend. So 50% it's from the year 1995 until 2013. So a lot of many years blend together, and the rest is the fresh juice from the year 2013 to give minerality and freshness. So stronger than liqueurs, different style, and it's really a wine you must choose with food instead of white wine. It's very close to Burgundy style. Some fatness, oily, long aftertaste. It's like Puligny or Montrachet, really, really like rich. We could say It's not heavy, but really, a lot of flavor, a lot of aromas. So we can smell it to see.
Yeah, it really is like, I know champagne is a wine, but it really is like a wine, drinking this one. And certainly smelling it, it smells. It's beautiful.
Oh, by the camera, you don't have the flavor, but you can try at home.
Yeah, I know, it makes it hard.
So it's different style, more grilled nuts. Is all we say aromatic flavor from the oak, toasty and smoky, but it's well integrating. It's not too strong. We're still feeling the minerality, this saltiness that helps the mouth to be open.
Yeah.
And this kind of wine, this one or the upper style, it's champagne you can put in a decanter to open them. Or you lose the gas, but you come back to the first original wine, and if the wine is well made, it's you must appreciate without the bubbles as a wine. So I know it could be difficult because it's not so common to put the wine in the decanter, but this kind of wine they can support because they are enough strong and they have natural oxidation that they are not afraid about the oxygen from the decanter.
Yeah.
So you can put it in the decanter 15 minutes before pouring, and you have less gas, but you have a wine taste. And if you drink with food like fish, lobsters, scallops, this kind of a cheese platter, it's perfect.
Yeah.
Pairing.
It's stunning.
Yeah.
And I think all the range, in Australia our climate is so warm, it's so hot that Blanc high Chardonnay is just perfect for, particularly where I come from in Brisbane, where it's hot 9 months of the year. I left there last week, and even throughout this week winter starts for us at the beginning of June, so we're now 2 weeks into winter for us, and it's warmer at home than it is here, and it's practically here in summer, so it's warm. So these sorts of champagnes are perfect for our climate. So.
Yeah, we are in the north of France.
Yes.
So,
Wow.
So there is a guideline. Always tiny bubble, easy to drink, is not aggressive in the mouth. fresh. So yeah, after is what we try to do. Champagne, aromatic champagne, but not heavy and easy to drink.
Yeah.
With different style and from different occasion. The first is more to cheers, aperitif style, to say casual things, to enjoy time with friends. And those two, they are more serious wine to drink for special occasion with special food that you are really happy to have a good bottle to share, and it's a different occasion.
Yeah. I think I have 3 new favourite Blanc de Blancs.
Yeah, okay. Thank you.
I actually have a preference for high Pinot Noir champagne, so I feel terrible having favourites, but you can't help it sometimes. So I'm always naturally inclined and attracted to high Pinot champagnes, but I love these. So it's a rare moment where I go, wow, I have to take myself home cases of these, which of course I can't. So no, that's fantastic. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.